I would have to put Cody on a C. Like, he's got great boxing, but he gets emotional, and you've seen it in fights.
What up, Fightful fam? Shaquille Majui here with someone far more capable than myself to do this. Ranked UFC bantamweight Jimmie Rivera, and today we're going to go through TJ Dillashaw's UFC opponents, place them on a scale from S to D. Jimmy, are you prepared and willing? I guess you must be, to go through this and sort of analyze your fellow bantamweights.
Yeah, I apologize for me looking like this. I just got done chopping a whole bunch of wood. We've been clearing a spot on our land to put a pole barn up, so I just came in from it.
Always working, whether or not it's in the gym. Okay, let's get started. And what better way to do so than with, I think, undoubtedly TJ Dillashaw's most famous rival, someone who in the past you haven't seemed to be a huge fan of yourself. That's Cody Garbrandt, former bantamweight champ. Where would you put him on this S to D scale? I usually operate on like overall career achievements, but if you have any sort of a criteria you want to operate under, we're just here to have fun, so let me know.
What's S?
S, I think it's like a video game term, so that's like the highest. That's an A+.
Okay, just making sure. I would have to put Cody on a C. Like, he's got great boxing, but he gets emotional, and you've seen it in fights. And I mean, you look at his Pedro fight, you look at his both TJ Dillashaw fights. I didn't even think him and Asanzo fight was that entertaining. I just think Asanzo should have never switched lefty, so I'm going to keep him on there. I mean, he's got good boxing, but it's just all it together, and his capability of keeping it together and not getting emotional is definitely.
All right, and once we wrap these up, if you see you want to shift anyone based on where the others fall, you can. But
I'll probably keep it really where it's at.
I love it, man. Keep that energy. Okay, let's move on to a guy that Cody did quite a number on, and that is, one of the greatest of all times in the bantamweight division, and perhaps in the lower weight divisions in general, Dominic Cruz. Where are you putting the Dominator?
Dominator, when they fought, I'll put him at an A.
Okay.
I think one of the things he lacks is striking, but he's very good at mixing it up and swinging and making the guy miss, and with his style. But you could tell, like, even in the last fight, I think the years caught up and he's slowing down in his step. His step isn't as fast as it used to be. I remember getting ready to train for him and watching his speed. It was unbelievable. Now I think, it takes a toll on your body to keep that style he has.
Yeah. So just to clarify, what is the criteria for you here? Are you doing it at where they're at now, how they were when they fought TJ?
Where they're at now. Okay. Where they're at now.
I think that's fair.
Going at.
Well, then let's see what you think about a guy who's basically retired at this point, but 2-division UFC champion, Olympic gold medalist Henry Cejudo.
I mean, where he finished off, I put him on S. The guy has a great mentality. I think he came in, it took him a while to get striking, but he's a guy that has a lot of grit, and he'll work hard to get where he's at, and he deserves it. 2 belts and an Olympic gold medalist. Yeah, definitely up there.
Agreed wholeheartedly. Okay, we're going to start moving a little bit more to the obscure ones, especially if you're like a recent UFC fan. But we got the Wolverine-looking guy here, Hugo Vienna. Do you remember Hugo?
No, so I can't even rank him. I don't remember.
Boop, there he goes in the D category.
There we go.
Yeah, and this is actually, as I was going through, I noticed this is a little bit typical of TJ's early fights. Not as memorable from a name perspective, but I'm just going to pull up his list of opponents to make sure that I get these right. Sorry, I had it open. I don't know where it went. Okay, next we have
Joe Soto?
Joe Soto's coming up, though. That's Issei Tamura. Do you remember Issei Tamura?
D. Don't remember him.
Sorry, I can't remember him, so I'll put him even behind Hugo. Okay, now is a guy Joe Soto got that short notice call.
Where's Joe Soto at? Like, is he still fighting? I feel like I haven't seen him fight.
Yeah, I don't think he's with the UFC anymore.
I'm going to go C. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he hasn't fought since the TKO loss to Yuri Alcantara 2018.
Yeah, go see with him.
Sorry,
he's a tough dude, and he's well rounded, but I think he eventually will get up. You having a hard time there?
Yeah. So no, I'm just wondering here. So we're also going to do these kind of from left to right. So would you put him ahead or behind Cody in this?
Behind.
All right, I think that's fair. Moving on, the first guy to hand TJ Dillashaw a loss, John Dodson.
Where he's at right now with his career, I would keep him at a B.
B.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he doesn't suck at all, but he's fast as fuck. But his performances lately he hasn't been himself.
Okay, I think that's fair. This guy, we no longer a UFC fighter, but we just saw him lay some hands over one on TNT3. John Lineker, giving him an A.
Lineker is a tough SOB. I wish he was able to stop the takedowns. Be interested to see the fight on the feet when him and TJ fought. But he still got it. I mean, I think it's even better that he's at bantamweight now and won, just because he can actually make the weight. 25 was way too much for him, and I think it was easier for him. So I put him behind Cruz.
Okay, I like it. Mike Easton. Mike Easton is next.
Dude, I mean, I remember the guy, but I didn't think he was the most talented. He's tough dude, but just I think I'm gonna put him behind Soto. Not behind Soto. D.
Yeah, so we'll put him at the top since you at least know who he is. Yeah. Right? I think that's probably a fair way to do it.
That's fine.
All right, and I think there's only one more, maybe two in this list that you won't recognize, but you definitely know this guy. We've already touched on him a little bit. Rafael Assunção.
Yeah, put him in C, behind Soto.
Behind Soto, okay.
Yeah, I think where he's at and what he's been doing right now. I don't know when he's even going to fight again. That's the thing. He's been out. He was supposed to have a fight, got hurt. He just hasn't been the same. I feel like since the Marlon fight.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's fair. Man, talk about how the mighty fall. Renan Barao once considered
one of the best,
pound for pound best,
one of the best, and then just slowly went down. I know 35 was just tough a weight cut for him too. Nothing against Brazilians, but I don't know some of them how they cut weight. They have such a tough time, and I don't know if they like to do it old school or what it is, or they're just not up with the times. I mean, put Barao behind Assunção.
Okay, Barao behind Assunção in the C's. Now, here's one of the two you might not remember. Vaughn Lee. Do you have any memories of Vaughn Lee?
Nope, put him in D.
All right. Actually, let me make sure I'm with them. Is that even Vaughn Lee? I might be.
I can't tell. Hold on. Let me zoom. Yep, I don't even know the last two. Put him in D.
Yeah, fair enough. D and there we go. D and D. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Who was the last one? Who was the very last one?
Oh yeah, so the one we were just talking about was Vaughn Lee, and then that was Wallel Watson. That was.
Did TJ ever fight Yaya? I feel like he did. I feel like that's all the guys he fought in the UFC.
I know. I was shocked when I took a look, but no, he's never fought Yaya in the UFC. He's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 UFC fights, 2 against Cody, 2 against Renan. So that leaves 11 other opponents. There you go. Short, brief history, huh?
He killed Barao. Barao just don't know what happened to him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's short.
It's short, it's sweet, and ahead of the Cory Sandhagen fight, it'll be interesting where he picks up at this stage of his career. Super tough.
Yeah, that's a tough fight. It's a tough fight back. That's not an easy fight. I mean, if he does beat Sandhagen, then yeah, title shot. I do definitely agree, but that's a tough freaking fight. That's not an easy fight back.
No, and considering the Jan Sterling drama, I think it makes sense to piece those two guys together because.
It's a business move. It's a smart business move, get him back in there, and it builds up Sandhagen too, especially if he wins.
Look at that, Booker, Jimmie Rivera. All right, we're going to take one last look at your list real quick, give you a chance to do any shuffling if you want. Maybe you've had a change of heart about Cody.
I ain't changing shit. That's
all right,
it. That's
top to bottom, we have S, Henry Cejudo, followed by Dominic Cruz and John Lineker at A, John Dodson at B, Cody Garbrandt, Joe Soto, Rafael Assunção, Renan Barao at C, and then Mike Easton, Hugo Vienna, Issei Tamura, Vaughn Lee, and Wallel Watson, aka Mike, and the people you've never heard of in the category.
Cody would have been up there at like A, but after he fought for the belt, when he fought TJ, he just wasn't the same. Okay. Don't know what it was, and it's interesting to see what. Yeah, I mean, people's personal life. I just like to stay out of people's personal life, but I think him and his wife are separated now. I'm interested to see how he comes and performs in his next fight.
Okay.
So, but that should be interesting. But I mean, when he fought Cruz, I would have put him under A or S, but don't know what turned him or what happened.
Okay, so perhaps room for him to bump up to a B with the win over Rob Font. And we'll get to that. So, guys, this is TJ Dillashaw's tier list, courtesy of fellow ranked bantamweight Jimmie Rivera. We're going to be back in a week or so to do one of these for Cody Garbrandt. Jimmie, thank you so much for doing this. Anything you want to let the people know?
Nah, you guys enjoy the fights. Are you just going out tonight or no?
No, this is not going out tonight. But, there's always fights.
Well, enjoy the future fights.
Yes, 100%. Guys, subscribe, notification bell, thumbs up. That does a whole lot for our channel. You can follow me on Twitter at ShaqFu. There's at Jimmie Rivera 135. We'll see you next time right here on Fightful MMA. Fightful.com